You see them everywhere, right? Magazine covers, red carpets, looking all perfect and successful. But here's the thing nobody talks about. What happens behind closed doors is a completely different story. So let me break down how the wealthy keep things hidden from the rest of us. When corporations mess up, so here's the deal. When you or I break the law, we face real consequences. But when a huge corporation does something wrong, they often just throw money at the problem and move on. Let's look at BP and the 2010 oil spill. They completely devastated the Gulf of Mexico, poisoned ecosystems, and killed tons of wildlife. Pretty bad, right? Ultimately, criminal and civil settlements cost BP over $60 billion. Sounds crippling, until you realize they are a global giant built to survive that exact kind of hit. While their stock plummeted at first, investors bought the dip once the final fines were settled. Today, they are still making billions. The company survived, and the system kept.
Then there's Volkswagen. They literally programmed their cars to cheat on emissions tests. They knew exactly what they were doing. They lied to scientists, lied to customers, and destroyed the environment. Now, a couple of high-profile managers did actually go to federal prison for it. But what about the company itself? They paid their fines, signed some massive settlements, rebranded with a shiny new electric vehicle campaign. And today, they're still one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world. This is how it works at the top. You mess up, you write a massive check, and you're back to business as usual. That's the privilege of having serious money.
2. The tax game. Let's talk about something that probably affects you directly: taxes. Most of us regular people pay a hefty chunk of our actual income in federal taxes. It sucks, but that's what we do. But billionaires? Thanks to loopholes, many pay a true tax rate of less than 3% on the growth of their overall wealth. And sometimes they pay nothing in income taxes. Literally. How is that even possible? Well, they've got lawyers and accountants who basically play financial chess all day. Take Elon Musk. In 2018, he paid no federal income taxes. He did it completely legally by not taking a traditional salary and instead borrowing money against his massive stock portfolio. Because a loan isn't considered income, he can live a lavish lifestyle while legally delaying capital gains taxes for years. Genius move if you're rich, frustrating if you're not. Jeff Bezos has done the exact same thing, reporting zero federal income taxes in years like 2007 and 2011 because his official income was legally wiped out by deductions and losses. And it's not just the individuals, it's the corporations they built. For years, Amazon famously avoided federal corporate income taxes by using massive tax credits and reinvesting its profits. So while Amazon warehouse workers are struggling to afford rent, the system is perfectly tuned to protect the company's bottom line. And then there's offshore banking. The ultra-rich don't just avoid taxes locally, they hide billions in places like the Cayman Islands, Panama, and Switzerland. We're talking about trillions of dollars worldwide that could go to schools, hospitals, and roads, but instead it's just sitting in secret accounts in tax havens. 3. Scandals disappear. Remember when scandals used to actually mean something? Like a celebrity would get caught doing something bad and there'd be real consequences? Now, a famous actor gets accused of assault and suddenly it's settled out of court. A billionaire gets caught doing something shady and a big donation to some charity makes the whole thing vanish from the news cycle. That's where NDAs come in. Non-disclosure agreements. Basically, you pay someone a bunch of money and they legally can't talk about what happened. Ever. Harvey Weinstein is the most infamous example. He used a vast web of NDAs and cash payouts for decades to legally silence women so they couldn't tell anyone what he did or warn others. The money literally bought their silence. It wasn't until journalists and brave individuals finally broke through that wall of silence in 2017 that the truth actually came out. But here's the scary part. How many scandals are being buried right now with NDAs? How many people are being silenced that we'll never hear about? There's probably some billionaire right now who did something awful, but their lawyers are already drafting settlements. And you'll never know.
Money doesn't just buy things, it buys silence. It erases problems. Next time you see a billionaire on a magazine cover looking all perfect and put together, just remember, that's a carefully crafted image. Behind the scenes, there's probably a massive machine of lawyers, hidden accounts, and PR firms making sure you never find out the full story.